Hey guys, welcome back to Sunshine. Today we're going to be finishing up the missions in RICCO Harbor and moving on to the next world.
Just a forewarning, if Spar sounds a bit haggard, it's because he's tired as shit. Now, getting back to the moment at hand, sorry mate, I didn't mean to slight you there. RICCO in Italian means rich, and I was going to bring this up last time, but this makes a lot of sense since RICCO Harbor is meant to be a trading port. Obviously, you know, our Isle Delfino needs a bit of an economy going. You know, it can't just survive on tourism, as it were, so there you go.
And speaking of Italian and Isle Delfino, of course, Delfino is Italian for dolphin, I believe, which was the code name during production of the Nintendo GameCube, I believe.
The Dolphin is also Captain Olimar's ship in Pikmin.
Can't you see that in Galaxy 2, his ship?
I think it's Galaxy 1, yeah, Galaxy 1 in Space Junk Galaxy, where it's just floating aimlessly in space. There seems to be no signs of life, and I'm very, very depressed now.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you sad.
You never do usually, Spar, so I'll let you have that one. What's the deal with all these secrets? You were telling me there was a bit of a running theme.
The floodless levels are almost always titled with the episode The Secret of RICCO Tower, Secret of the Hillside Cave. It's just like, why is it a secret? It's pretty obvious. I mean, the mission points it out when you start it.
Right, yeah, and why would Mario even, like, head towards these secrets if he knows what's gonna happen?
Well, he's got to collect all the shine sprites, doesn't he?
Also, why would Shadow Mario realistically give him FLUDD back? Unless he just left it on, like, a tarp or something at the end of the level.
Well, we see in a later level he does just kind of leave it after taking it, but that's pretty far down the road. These wooden pegs, though, I don't really get these. They're a running theme in these levels, and I don't get it because they're just kind of random.
Arbitrary things floating in mid-air is kind of Mario's forte, mate.
That's a good point, Tom.
Although, to give it a bit of meaning, these also return in Galaxy 2, I think. And my main problem with them, I mean, the mission's done now, but fuck it, I'm going to carry on talking because this is my show, and I'll do what I want, is that I can't judge depth very well, and that was kind of a running problem. Well, Miyamoto thought so at least, so come Mario 3D Land, you had the 3D depth slider to help you out, but I'm just going to say this now, I never really had a problem with hitting those boxes and getting coins, you know, because there was a shadow underneath them.
Well, there's other problems with 3D Land, but there's already a playthrough for that. Gooper Blooper, boss refight number 2.
Yeah, and this isn't even the last time we fight him.
Why do you have to bring that up, Tom? Not as bad as Petey Part 2. That's pretty good, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, I'm just reading the Mario Wiki. I love the name of this mission in French. Mega Bloop's Contre-Attack. Which translates to Gooper Blooper Counter-Attacks.
That's so much more fancy than it needs to be.
Or in German, Riesenblooper kehrt zurück, which translates to Giant Blooper comes back.
Sadly, Gooper Blooper's boss fight's kind of the same thing. Spray his face, jump on his tentacles, grab him, pull.
And I think the next time you fight him, he just spawns a few mini bloopers and that's it.
Yeah. It seems like in this one you have to pull his nose farther than before, which I guess makes sense for the refight, but it's not really that much more difficult.
That's not his nose, mate. That's his mouth. I think the inhabitants of Isle Delfino corked up his mouth so he wouldn't do exactly what he's doing here, because if you take a look at the water below, there's a whole lot of sludge down there.
I never really thought about it being his mouth instead of his nose, but that doesn't make sense. Either that or he has some wicked cold, sneezing black licorice everywhere.
A few people in the comments said, oh, maybe that's not paint, that's oil. And again, it would make sense, this being a port and all, with plenty of ships going, coming.
Nice picture of Corona Mountain back there. That's going to be important.
Really? I wouldn't think so.
No. It's just a giant volcano on the main island. No random coins appearing this time, okay. Got that last time we killed a blooper.
4 parts in and 13 shines. Personally, I think you're going a wee bit too fast for HellfireComms, mate.
Okay, go fast.
Not that fast. I could barely even make out what you were saying there.
That was the point, Tom.
We'll get to you when we're done! It's like shit, man. So what we got coming up next, mate?
We have Blooper Surfing Part 2. The level that everyone dreads.
Oh, red coins on the water. This is the one where you can't run into anything, otherwise you die instantly, and you also have a time limit to get all the red coins.
Yeah, this one introduces the timed red coin missions, which don't appear that much, but are very annoying. And like Tom said, if you run into anything while riding the blooper, automatic death. Although, I did a Sunshine race against Zach of Respawn Point recently, and when he was doing this, he actually jumped over the barrier surrounding the bay here, and landed on the water and kept going. He went out of bounds.
Did he just ride to freedom then? It's like, fuck this race, I'm done.
He freaked out for a moment and jumped back over. I still don't know how he did it. I haven't tried it to see if it's something that you can replicate.
Well, when you're in the zone, you don't mess with your strats.
This one has a pretty straightforward path, well, lots of twists and turns, but easy path to follow. One you gotta jump for, between the ships, just going around the bay, collecting everything. It's a nice view, actually. You get a pretty nice tour of everything.
This is the dick move at the end, though, because obviously they couldn't just give you the shine. No, that'd be too easy. You've got to jump back on to this little pier here. And let me tell you, it is very easy to judge depth incorrectly and go smack right into that thing.
Or if you miss the shine and hit the logs behind it and automatically die from that.
Speaking from experience, I suppose.
Yes, I am. Strangely, though, that was one of the few red coin missions that I actually like. I know I said I don't like them, but I enjoy that one because I like the blooper controls. They actually work pretty well for the yellow one.
Yes, you seemed strangely upbeat during that mission.
And now it's time for Shadow Mario, the final required mission of Ricco Harbor. Once again, the Underground theme remix. I love the remix, though.
That's okay. Underground was never really my favourite tune from classic Mario, if you want to call it that.
You might notice, while I'm chasing him, that I kind of stay back from Shadow Mario. And that's because if you actually hit him, then Mario takes damage, even if you just barely touch him.
Ah, collision damage. Speaking of classic, that's the one trope that I fucking despise. And unless they're coated in, like, poison, they got electricity running across them, etc., you shouldn't be taking damage from brushing against an enemy, I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense.
One of my least favorite parts of Metroid Prime, actually, is the collision damage. Pretty easy to just spray after him here, though. If you get him on a straightaway running to the left side instead of to the right like he did here, you can just follow him and take him out really quick like I did for Bianco Hills.
Well, nice job there, Spar, and we are done with Ricco Harbor now. Goodbye, my love.
Now, even though the 7 missions are required for Shadow Mario, every area has an 8th mission, which is just kind of a bonus shine sprite to get towards 100%. The bonus for Ricco Harbor actually involves getting some fruit to spawn a Yoshi, which we'll be seeing later in the playthrough.
Yes, episode 8, Yoshi's Fruit Adventure, and I'm seeing an episode 9 here, and also an episode 10. Obviously, as we've already covered, we're only going to be doing the first 7 missions of each level, you know, just taking out Shadow Mario. How many shines are there overall per level, mate?
11 if you count the 100 coin shine. Because there's 8 episodes, There's 2 secret shine sprites in each one, which are usually revisits of the Secret of missions, which involve getting red coins in those, and then the 100 coin, like I said. I believe this is our last piranha plant of the playthrough.
Are you sure about that? That it ain't gonna spawn like a massive one on the Shine Tower or something?
No, I don't think so. I think this is the last one.
Dude, that would make for an awesome penultimate boss, I think.
Yeah, well, instead, well, you'll see. There's a weird thing here, and you might be able to see it, where the goop kind of spawns back after you spray it.
Yeah, I noticed that.
I don't know what that is. It's always done that. It doesn't do that for the one over at the RICCO Harbor place. The goop doesn't do that. It just does it here, and I don't get it. I've never noticed anyone else talking about it either.
Well, we're the first, pal. We're making LP history here.
Finding new things for, what, an 11-year-old game? Almost 12?
I know you love this level, mate, so I'll let you squee about it.
Well, I'm not a squeer, Tom, but I will explain. I like Gelato Beach. I don't like beaches in general. I would rather have a pool, as far as swimming goes. But I like Gelato Beach because it's very nice, it's very toned down and quiet, and yet the sand buds, which we see here, are really cool. It's weird to get the timing of them, but it's really helpful to learn for some of the bosses later. But just, Gelato Beach in general is really cool.
Yeah, it looks nice. There's a few interesting missions here, apart from one, which we'll most likely be seeing next time, and I will passively rage about when we get to it, but I digress. Got a little bit of musical trivia here, so hold on to your butts. I read directly from the Mario Wiki. Gelato Beach shares the same musical theme with RICCO Harbor, my darling, Delfino Plaza, and Bianco Hills. However, and this is the important part, Gelato Beach's theme is arranged in the style of Trinidadian calypso, with prominent saxophone and steel drum instrumentation. It was composed, of course, by Koji Kondo.
I forgot to hold on to my butt, and now I've lost it.
Come back, butt! Come back!
And here we see the running trope in platformers of disappearing platforms. I personally am a fan of the disappearing platforms, particularly the sand variety.
Well, it's always nice when the disappearing platforms actually come back.
Well, there's that too.
Yeah, I hate those kind of challenges where you kind of get locked out if you fuck up even in the slightest.
There's a couple of those in Galaxy, isn't there?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh god, what is this thing?
The Dirtmobile, apparently.
That is the entrance, or lead-up, I should say, to our next area, which we should be getting to in Part 5.
It's like an episode title from Pokemon or something.
That's a good point, it does sound like that. I can hear Ash's voice.
Do they even do that anymore? Anyway, getting back to the subject matter at hand. What's your opinion on this mission, mate?
It's kind of annoying. These little things here are called cataquacks, I believe. They're kind of a strange combination of ducks, apples, suction cups, and nightmares.
That last one especially, I think.
Actually, when I was paying attention to it right there, I'm not sure where I get apples, but they just remind me of apples.
Okay, according to the wiki, they're not cataquacks. They're the things that roam about on the beach. These are called plungellos.
Okay.
Probably named for the method in which they die.
Or the fact that their feet are toilet plungers?
That too. Their latest appearance was in Mario Golf Advanced Tour.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Maybe they just wanted to take up a round of golf in between plunging to their doom.
Advanced Tour has some things in the overworld where you can fight some Mario enemies by hitting them with golf balls. So that's probably where they are.
I just want to take this opportunity to say I've already squeed about how the water looks, how fancy it is, but the reflective surface on these mirrors is amazing, especially for the time it came out.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Just the quality of the reflection. The fact that it's blurred a bit is pretty nice too. It really gives it depth. It makes you feel like it's actual air reflection.
You can see all the jaggies in there though, so it's kind of showing its age.
Yeah, Sunshine does show its age. I still think the graphics look amazing though. Obviously, considering there's 3 of the Plungellos here, this is the most difficult one. It's really easy to get clipped by these guys when the platform's rocking about too.
You speaking from experience there, Spar?
Yes.
How many takes did you do in this mission?
Half a dozen, maybe 8.
To be fair, I didn't specify that you need to do a no-hit run.
Well, I tried.
God, Tom, you're such a terrible boss making all your subordinates do fucking no-hit runs.
Well, I thought I could do it, and I went for it.
Thank God you didn't question me calling you a subordinate. That would have been really awkward.
Well, you are the boss, man.
Would you prefer fellow conspirator?
Yes.
We're pretty much done here, but I just want to end on a personal note. I actually got Mario Sunshine for my birthday. I think the year it came out, either the year or the year after. And obviously, at that time of year, it's cold as shit, so just being able to play a game with such a warm atmosphere really livened up my spirits during that time. And that'll do it for today. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time for another installment of Super Mario Sunshine. See you then.